In this Tony's Tech Tuesday video episode, we're going to show you how to install the ZiZZO locking grips. The first part of this video, I'm going to show you how to remove the grips. There's two common ways to take grips off, using soapy water or using compressed air. I'll show you both. When you're using soapy water, it's literally just soap and water. I like to use a tire lever because no matter how rough you are with the handlebar, you're not gonna scratch it. But you just take a little bit of your soapy water, kind of create a little hole or a place to put the soapy water, and then just pour a little bit down in there, just like that. Work it in there so that it loosens up, and then eventually it's just gonna give. So you can just see how easy that is, right? No treatment here. It ain't moving, it ain't twisting. But here, with a little bit of soap and water and very little elbow grease, it slides right off. So that's one way to do it. If you do use soapy water, just again, make sure that you dry it off. You're not gonna rust the handlebar, but the soap will make a residue and it will cause your grip to slip a little bit. So just make sure you get all that soapy water off. The other way I wanted to show you is with compressed air. Pretty easy. A couple of ways. You just block, if you've already got one grip off, and you just block the hole, and you can actually just put it into the hole here, and it should just create like a cushion of air. So you see, it's creating a cushion of air that the grip is sliding off on, just like that. So you can just see, or if you can't do that, if you can kind of get it underneath here, just like with the soapy water, and you squeeze that compressed air, it'll help to drive that grip off. Just like that. Once you have the grips off, you'll notice that your locking grips, there's two sizes. The shorter one will go on the shifter side. The longer one will go on the non-shifter side. And then the wider part right here goes on the out side on both. And that's so a place where your palm, you can see my palm rest just like that. To get the grips on, really easy, no water, no compressed air, because they are locking. You just slide them on like that. You want to grab your 3mm Allen, and you'll notice that there's two fasteners that you have to tighten down. Before you tighten everything down, you want to make sure that you get it in the right position, and this is unique to every rider. But basically, when you are getting it set up, I'm gonna kind of fake it here and just show you. You want everything in a straight line. So you want your fingers, if they're resting on the brake lever, hand, arm, shoulders, you want those all in a straight line. You don't want to ride, with your hand like this and the brake's down there, and conversely, you don't want to ride with your wrist bent like this and your hands on the brake lever here. You want everything in a straight line. So that way, when you're feeling those road bumps, your elbow is taking up all of those road shocks and not your wrist. If you ride with your hand like this, your wrist is taking up a lot of that stress, and you'll get a lot of nerve pain. So just make sure you get everything in nice and adjusted for you, how you feel most comfortable. But once you have those angles adjusted, you just tighten down these fasteners. On both sides, oops. Just like that. Okay, and then finally, you'll take the bar end plug and you'll just slide that into the bar end like that. And then with the other side, you're gonna do the same thing. You just tighten down the two fasteners and then insert the bar end plugs, and you're good to go. So in conclusion, one thing that you may need to take into consideration are grip lengths. So the ones that you have on your ZiZZO bikes, they're pretty interchangeable and compatible, but if you go with a third-party grip, you may need to adjust the position of the brake levers and or the shifters a little bit in or a little bit out just to compensate for the slight variations in grip length.